Hi guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Please grab your teas, grab your coffees, maybe a little bit of food, and of course, let's do this. Alright then guys, let's take a sip of my black coffee. And guess what guys, I now have my very own mug. Oh my gosh, it has been a long time coming. Ever since I started this channel, I did really want my own mug because, you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? We're always having our teas, we're having our coffees, we're having a lovely little chill out over on here on my YouTube channel and my TikToks. And everyone has been saying, come on guys, where is your mug? And look, here it is. I mean, yes, I wouldn't say it's like 100% gamified, but if you know me, I'm mad on Harry Potter, and a lot of my gaming at the moment is all Harry Potter related. And for my birthday, David Adam Richards, a brilliant member of the channel, always getting involved with my YouTube and TikTok. He is a moderator for me as well, and he kindly gifted me this awesome Artsy Door mug. Can you believe that? That is so awesome, and I can say my first bit of, I don't know, personal merchandise for this channel. How fantastic. And guess what guys, it was another collaboration with Tea Break Drawings. He designed this awesome logo here, and yeah, I believe Dave got in contact with Tea to ask if he could use the logo for my own very personal mug, and I absolutely love it. I've already nearly finished my coffee actually. Oh god, I don't know. Should I, don't want to tip it out. There it is. So I will take a little sip again. Good size as well, good size. But yes, of course guys, going on my Spyro coaster. There we go. And gosh, what an intro. Haven't even got through it all yet. So yes guys, if you are new here today and you are into retrospectives, complete and boxed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course maybe the odd bit of nostalgic talk, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving the channel a subscribe and a like to the video. And oh my gosh guys, we are so nearly there to finally completing the trio. We do nearly have our notification bell that will be going up there at the top just to complete my little jingle, my YouTube jingle. Yeah, so I cannot wait to crack on with that. That is coming up in today's video, so definitely stick around because we're going to be looking at the tips and felt pens and pencils that we need to be able to colour this, and I'll take you through a small walkthrough. Further details on that to come. But guys, yes, going back over to the beautiful David Adam Richards, he had also kindly gifted me some other things as well, so of course we're going to take a look at this. So here we go. I think we'll start off with this bad boy. Here we go. So oh, yes. So here we have a PlayStation 2 controller. See-through, or should we call it crystal? I absolutely love this. Ever since I'd started playing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation 2, I couldn't use my retro PlayStation 1 controller. I don't know why, it just wasn't having it. It just wasn't having it. So David, bless him, he was like, right, for your birthday, let's get you a decent PlayStation 2 controller just so you can have a better all-round experience playing that game. So thank you so much, David. I cannot wait to plug this in. Of course, maybe a little bit of a review as well on this controller, because yeah, I know and I understand I have inspired a lot of people now to get out there, get their PlayStation 2s back in their gaming room, and yes, they might be looking for another controller, and I'm sure this one is going to be really awesome, and of course I'll give a little review on that after getting involved with my Harry Potter, you know, zapping those, oh god, I don't know, trolls. Oh, come on. So yes, full review, but just a quick look at this. I mean, very, very responsive. They're not sticking or anything like that. They're very snappy. The joysticks are very responsive as well, which is nice. You know, I don't want any kind of sluggish or sticking, which is really good. Again, I had a little play around with the D-pad, and again, that seems very responsive. Nothing is sticking at all. And again, the back buttons here, very clicky, mouse clicky, I would say, and we all like a bit of that for those back buttons. It looks like there is quite a long extension cable, whatever you want to call it, to plug into my PlayStation 2. Yeah, so that's handy. So yes, thank you so much, David, for this awesome controller. Yeah, okay, but guys, that is not even it. David also kindly gifted Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince on PlayStation 2. So yes, now we have finally completed the Harry Potter collection. Again, a complete unboxed experience of this will be coming up on my channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. And again, you know what? I might do a little bit of a video just covering every single one, going into my thoughts and feelings, and of course the artistic nature of the boxes, how they caught the gamers back in the time, and was the game actually represented in the box art itself. I do like to explore that. So yes, absolutely. This is very, very nice, very, very pristine condition. So thank you, David. And of course, that will offer the best unboxing and complete unboxed experience on the Artsy Gamer. And you know, that's what I like to provide. So yes, thank you, David, for that. And of course, he did give a little sweet little card as well. Look at this, here we go. And it was, guys, the envelope was amazing. It even had a little stamp here as well, you know, those wax stamps, which I thought was really lovely. So of course I'm keeping that going in my memory book. And then yeah, just a lovely little birthday card, which actually, guys, it'll be sitting on my cabinet when we start gaming on TikTok for maybe a week, just so we can have a little look at that card and appreciate it, because I think it was quite a pricey one, maybe a Moonpig one or something like that. So yeah, thank you, David, so much. And of course, there was the usual stuff in there, like some Harry Potter Kinder Eggs and some biscuits. So yeah, thank you, David, so much. Oh. All right then, guys. Before we're here all day, yes, we will start cracking on with our Let's Colour. So here it is. Now I have already just started a little bit of the darker areas. You know, I do like to just crack on with a little bit just to save a little bit of time. But when we get over there, I'll explain what I did, and I will do a few more examples, so don't worry. But with regards to colours, here we go. Starting with the pencils first, we probably need some darker browns and golds, okay, probably for that bell. Okay, they are normally like a brown copper, aren't they? So some browny pencils there. Of course, we need the iconic yellow of Tails, absolutely. Now I think a red just to help with the darker areas of Tails too. And of course, we do need a pink for Tails' kind of tummy area. And again, that'll be faded and shaded into probably some other browns and golds, just to kind of give it, I would say, more that colour just there, which is what we're after. And then with regards to your tips, your felt tips that you may need, small, guys, do more of the liners. So an orange, we may need a green for those eyes. I would say a brown to go around the bow. You may need a thicker orange. Again, that might just help us out with maybe a bit more shading around the bow. Of course, some yellow and maybe a little bit of red to help us out. So just have them to hand. If we don't use all those colours, that's absolutely fine. But I would say that is kind of like the colour style that we'll need to go for today. Yes, all right then, guys. Well, I'm probably going to grab another coffee to put in my lovely Artsy Door mug there. Oh, how awesome is that? And yeah, we'll bring it over to the art studio and we'll get cracking with today's colour. Oh God, hang on. Ooh. Right Right then guys, here we go. We are all set up with our pencils and felt tips just over there, ready to start our Let's Colour. Okay, so here we go. We have tails just sat in the bowl here, and I think to start off with, we are going to start to work the colour on the bowl. Now I have already just started to do some darker shading around the bowl there, and I'm just going to basically take you through another step on how to do that. Follow along with me and then you can complete the rest in your own time. So what I think really works well is just to create a big blob just right behind the back of tails there. That's what I did. I just did a big round kind of blob. That's all I can say, a blob, yeah. And I just pressed really, really hard, really, really dark, okay, to create a really deep dark shadow effect. All right, now, you know what? I think maybe just another, I don't know, dark shadow could just come behind Tails' ear as well. So that's what I'm going to show you now. We're just going to do a random blob. You get creative with your blob, and then we're going to press really, really hard into the paper to create the shadow effect. All right then, so here we go. I think it would work quite nicely just here, just feeding right down past the tail. And it might even just cut in straight directly past that black line there. So it is just a little blob. Obviously I had to take the pencil off to go past the ear, and now we're just going to press really hard into the paper. All right, there we go, to start to create a deep dark shadow effect. There we go. I think I've now decided that is what I'm going to call these shades. I know Dr. Black Eagle loves to comment about what words I use. All fun and games though, all a good laugh. Okay, and just here, I am now going to press really hard into that paper. Yeah, to get it really deep and dark. Right, okay, lovely stuff. Really nice. Okay, and then maybe just up here as well, we could get a little bit of shadow just at the top there, and maybe just feed it into this blob that we've made. Yeah, I think that works really nice. Cool. Okay, lovely. I think also maybe down here as well could have a bit of a shade. So I had already worked something here, and I think we could have maybe something very similar go on to the other side. So again, if you just follow along with my pencil marks, you should be absolutely fine. And again, I'm probably just going to create a bit of a line and maybe a blob that just feeds up through here. I'm not going to go over this black line. And again, now I'm just going to press really, really dark, really, really heavy on that paper. There we go. Again, to create a really nice dark shadow. There we go, lovely. And of course, guys, the same technique can be applied on the other two bowls that Tails is holding. Okay, so again, just moving over here ever so slightly. I've got these two bowls here. I might even make one of the bowls a slightly different colour, but for this main one here, we have actually already got quite a mark here, which we could use to help us create our blob. So you know what, let's kind of feed up and then round. Nice. Okay, so I have just made another blob there. And again, we're just going to apply the same technique. Press really, really hard into that paper. Yeah, nice. Okay, and again, like I said, it will create a really nice dark shadow, which will all help with the overall aesthetics once everything has been coloured in. Nice, okay. Perfect. And again, guys, you get creative where you want those blobs to appear. Honestly, I think any kind of blob that you decide will work, as long as it is kind of, you know, following the same pattern of whatever you are colouring in, it will definitely work out perfectly. So yeah, you don't have to follow the exact same blobs I'm doing. Right then, guys, so with regards to the bow, I'm pretty happy with that. And again, if you are copying my blobs exactly how I've done, you know, again, just feel free to pause the video, screenshot what you need, and then you can go back for it for reference later. But that is my kind of blobbing shades, shall I say, for the bow. What you need to do now is just go around the whole bow now. All right, just pressing that little bit lighter. Okay, you're not pressing as dark, okay? I mean, you might want to go a little bit darker where tails comes into play and then slowly feed out the pencil. That is also a really good technique to use. But again, when you add the felt tips, that technique actually already kind of does it for you, but it's entirely up to you, okay? But that's exactly what I want you to do now, guys. I want you to go away, go and color around the whole bow now, in just a lighter shade. You are still using the same pencil, but you're just pressing that a little bit lighter on the paper. Right then, okay, you know how it is on the Artsy game. I'm gonna cut the camera and we'll see it when the bow is fully being completed. Okay then, guys, look, here we are. We have Tails sat in his bow, okay, and the bow is fully coloured with the other two there. So hopefully you've managed to get to this stage now, and then you're going to start to colour in Tails himself, yeah. So very similar to what we did with the bow, we're just going to pick some unique features within Tails, probably where you think some darker shadows should be. We're going to press really hard on the paper to create those shadows and then go around the main body in a kind of like a lighter tone. So yeah, here we go. I have already done some already and I have actually started to add a little bit of red, so I'll show you that technique as well. But here we go. Just down here, I think that is screaming for actually a bit of a darker yellow. And unfortunately, yellow is actually a really hard colour to make dark. Hence why, you know, you do need to be bringing these darker colours in to be able to create quite a dark shadow if needed. So again, I would say red, and we might even bring back our brown here that we used to do the bow. But just to start off with, yes, we have got a lovely big kind of area here, I would say almost actually going into a bit of a heart shape there, and we're going to press really hard and colour that bit in. So here we go, exactly the same technique that we applied at the bow. We're going to really press really hard into that area to make it really dark. Although yellow is such a bright colour, it is very hard to do. But here we go, that's what I'm after. Okay, so just down there, press really hard. And you know what, guys? Just some of the pencil lines that I've left when we were actually drawing Tails himself and the bow, sometimes I do actually like to just leave them in because they do actually act as a bit of shadowing as well. Some people don't, some people like to just take them out there and then. But you know what? Sometimes, yeah, just keep them in because they do actually help with the shadowing, yeah. And then I'm just going to probably feed that just in here like that. Okie dokie. So that's a nice dark area. Maybe just round the ear here could work. And then I think actually the ears could actually be quite a dark yellow as well, I think. So we could just create a little bit of a bean shape just at the top of Tails' head there. And again, really press hard and go to town with that. Just under his ear. Yeah, nice. Cool. And you know what? I think maybe just his arm here as well is screaming out for actually quite a dark yellow. So let's press really hard there as well. Remembering just to leave that little bit here because I believe that's actually white anyway. Okay, lovely. And then again, you know what? I would say do the same for just the outside of the ears as well. I'll just do one for reference, but of course you can do the other. Again, pressing very hard. And you know what, guys, as soon as you start to add colour, it really does come to life, doesn't it? It really does come to life. There we go. Okay, brilliant. Right then, okay, so this is where the red comes in. So just pick an area where the black line meets some yellow, okay? And then you're just going to start to work in a little bit of red. And you're actually going to press quite hard. you are going to press quite hard because you are now running that pencil over another colour. And I would actually, with this bit, just go over it in all of the red there. Yeah, can you see how actually it's becoming quite dark, which is great. That's exactly what we want. Okay. Yeah, nice. And then you know what, around the ears as well, I think will work really nicely. Just to give it a bit more depth, because yellow is such a hard colour to get it really dark. So just running that red over really helps. And then again, maybe at the arm there, down there as well. And then maybe just by his nose, because I did make that quite dark as well. Yeah, nice. Okie dokie. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. I mean, yes, there might be some more blobs that we can just bring into play there, maybe a little bit. Okay, you just get creative with that if you think, you know, I've missed some areas that could be a little bit darker. So, you know, you go ahead with that. But yeah, once you have done that, of course, then you go around the whole of Tails in just one shade. So you're pressing that little bit lighter on the pencil now, exactly how we did that with the bow. All right, I am going to go around the whole of Tails doing this technique. All right, I want you to do the same. I'm going to cut the camera, and then once we're back, we could probably work on Tails's face there, and then maybe his tummy. Okay, yeah, guys, very, very happy with how this is coming out. So now you should have completed Tails, fully coloured in, adding a little bit of shading here and there with that lovely red. So yeah, fantastic. Hopefully now you are moving on to the tummy and the facial features there of Tails. So I had already started doing a little bit of shading down here, nothing too much. So all you are doing is getting maybe like a goldy brown. And you're just going to start to colour and work, all right, all the way up to the top of that tummy there. I would say top right, okay? However, I do want you to leave this top bit white because that's when our pinky colour is going to come into play. So here we go, you should have a little bit of a pink now, all right? And you've just worked that, and then you're going to start to work in a bit of pink. Okay, as simple as that. Now we are pressing quite light on this. I don't want this to be too dark at all. And then once, you know, you start to get into a rhythm with it, I like to go quite circular motions with the pencil when we're doing a bit of, you know, fading into one colour into the next. Yeah, I like to circle and not press too hard. And that creates a really nice kind of like tummy there, don't you think? Oh, wow. Yeah, really, really lovely. In fact, I've just missed a bit of yellow there, but don't worry, I can go back and do that. So yeah, really nice. Okay, and you know what? We're going to apply the same effect for his kind of face. I think I got the whiskers yesterday, whiskers. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You're going to get your goldy brown colour and start to go round the base of his mouth there and chin, exactly what I did there with the tummy. So there we go. Once you've done that, I would maybe actually then go with maybe a darker brown again, just to maybe go midsection, just midsection, and again pressing really light, and I quite like to do that circular motion again. So this is actually the same colour I used for the bow. And you know what? I think we'll do the whole of, oh, I'm just going to call it whiskers. Whiskers in that kind of like browny colour. And again, fading it all into that goldy brown that we did at the base. Which works well, I think. Pressing quite lightly, guys. Pressing quite lightly. There we go. And then you know what? Once that's done, that's when that pink can come into play. And then at the top there, we'll just actually add a bit of pink. You know, I think it will look really nice around the nose area, a bit pinky around the nose, which I think will work quite nicely. Yeah, so just at the top, it'll actually fade into a little bit of a pink, which is quite nice. Yeah, lovely. Oh, really nice. How awesome is this? Yeah, really, really coming along well. Tell you what, when colour is added, it really does bring the piece together, doesn't it? Again, then, here we go. So still using that pink. Great idea now to do those ears. So again, I think quite a nice bold pink actually. So press quite hard at this stage. Get a nice bold pink going here. There we go, really to emphasize those lovely ears of Tails, which is really cool. And again, just here as well, press really, really hard. Yeah, nice. How awesome is this, guys? Really, really lovely. Hey, there we go. How nice. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know what? Let's add a bit of gold just here. Oh, my pencil's a bit broken, actually. Make sure they're nice and sharp, guys, not breaking on you. Rough and ready, rough and ready. Get that bit nice and coloured. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Yeah, very happy with how this has come out. Right then, guys. Well, yes, there are some little features here, there and everywhere that could be worked. But you know what? Let's go now and use those tips. So I think, first of all, we are going to go around the whole of the character in a brown first. So here we go. Get your brown liner. Just here. And what you are now going to do is you're going to go around the whole of the bow, just gliding that tip lightly, all right, just where the black meets the colour. That is what you're going to do now. You're going to go around the whole of the perimeter of the bow and where Tails comes into play as well. Can you see that there, what I'm doing? All right. So you're just going to go around the whole of the perimeter of the bow and Tails, because this then really starts to make that character kind of like pop out of the, I was about to say screen, the screen for you and the bow. Just like that. So nice and neatly, just going around the whole of your character and the bow. Once you've done that, then we can maybe start to add some other shading. Okay. Right then. I will leave you to that. I'm going to cut the camera again, guys. And hopefully you would have gone round all that in brown. Yeah, here we go, guys. Really coming into shape now, isn't it? So you should have gone round the whole of the bow and Tails in a lovely brown liner. We're pretty much going to do the same technique now with Tails himself, but going around the inner part of Tails. And I would say using an orange thin liner now. Okay, so again, this is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to run the orange tip just around the perimeter of Tails now, inside the body of Tails, okay? And again, that is what we're going to go away and do now. Just like that. And already, yeah, this is really going to give Tails a bit of pop. Absolutely. Again, just going around the eyes there. Yeah, so anything that's yellow, I would recommend going around in a nice orange. Just like that. Okay, so again, guys, I want you to go away and do that now. All right, and I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine with that. Okay, just like that. Really nice. Really nice. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, guys, that is exactly what I want you to do. Just go around the whole of Tails in that lovely orange. However, as we are here, I think now is a good time to introduce the thicker orange here. Okay, boom. And where we have some darker shadow, shady effects that I like to call them now in the bow, I think now will be a good time to actually just put a little bit of emphasis on that, don't you think? Okay, so where that big dark circular blob we did behind Tails, what we're going to do is we're just going to catch just a little bit of that now. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. That's cool. We're just going to catch a little bit, okay, of these shadows with the liner now. Yeah, I think that's going to work really well. Okay, you might just want to maybe make them a little bit bigger as well. You're not going to colour in the whole of that shadow effect that we did, but you just might want to catch just the side of it. Okay, yeah, really nice. And again, maybe down here, you know, just making it a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder. Yeah, nice. And again, maybe down this side as well. Yeah, there we go. Just catching some of those shades that we did now with a bit of a thicker liner. And of course you can apply the same technique over here as well. So just coming from this side, you know, and you might want to make it a little bit bolder here. Yeah, all right, okie dokie, that's exactly what I want you to do. Just go round tails in the orange, and then we can start to work some darker oranges around the shadow shady effects. Okay, then again, guys, I'm going to cut the camera and we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Right then, guys, well, I am pleased to announce that we now have an official notification bell, and here it is already framed. So yes, boom, boom, boom. Look at that. How awesome is that? And I do apologise if there's a little bit of glare there, but yes, that is going to look so, so good on our little display there, don't you think? And again, guys, just pause the screen if you do need to take a screenshot of any final details that I did there with the felt tips. I did add a few lines here and there, just some small ones, just to give the bow and tails a little bit of character. Sometimes that is often used in anime work, where they might just add a few little lines here and there. I think it just gives it a little bit of a cartoony edge as well, which I think works really, really lovely. And of course, that is the vibe of what we've been going for, hasn't it? But yeah, really awesome. I have left a little bit of space here. Maybe one day I might go back to it and maybe put like notification or notification bell on or something like that. But for now, I am really happy with that. Really, really awesome. And again, yeah, I cannot wait to put it up. In fact, you know, I have got a hook up there now. So yeah, here we go. Let's put it up. Let's put it up. Fingers crossed it looks okay. Wow, okay, and it is sat there. It is sat up there. Yes, okay, and there we go. Maybe if I just move it back ever so slightly, the camera. And there we go, full display there. There we go. So we've got our like, we've got our subscribe, and then we've got our notification bell up there as well with all of our new products in the backdrop. We do have our little retro mini games console and our light, all thank you to my old school friend Philippa. So I will be doing a full video on that and just some lovely nostalgic memories that I had with my friend Philippa going and playing on video games. So all is that to come on the channel. Cannot wait to show you that. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed colouring in our I was about to say the Pikachu pumpkin. Our tails. Sorry, I'm excited. You know me, and I haven't even got my coffee. I need another sip. I think you know me. When I start to mess with my words, I need another sip, don't we? Yeah, anyway, again, lots and lots of videos to look forward to. Of course, next week we've got our winner that is going to be announced, who has bagged the prize of the Spyro piece that I did and the Pikachu pumpkin. Now I can say, as it was a double giveaway, as we have reached 250 subscribers. How fantastic. Again, guys, we are going to be doing a complete in-box experience of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, all courtesy of David for gifting this for my birthday. So yeah, loads to stay tuned for. I cannot wait, and I'm so excited to see where this channel is going to keep growing and going. So yeah, thank you so much for all the support. Anyway, guys, we are going to finish with the comment of the day, and it has to go to David, doesn't it? A really great guy. And in my previous video, he wished me happy birthday. Oh, so thank you, David, so much. And I guess that leaves me with one final thing to say. I'm the Artsy Gamer. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Over and out.